Scene safes are meant to protect certain parameters. So if I want to load a new scene, but I have a channel or EQ or effect or certain routing that I don't want to be changed, I can just check that box or make it safe. And then when I load the scene, it will not be changed. It will just leave it alone. A few months ago, there was an event. I wasn't doing sound at that event. I was just playing the bass. Here's a cool picture of me playing the bass. And this is my friend Chris. Anyway, at that event, there were 4 different bands playing one after the other. And there were 2 hosts, 2 presenters with wireless microphones. And so each band needed their own scene because they need different monitor mixes. They are different people playing different instruments. But the 2 wireless microphones have to stay the same throughout the whole event, basically, because they have nothing to do with the settings of each band. So what's the solution for that? Do all the setup and these microphones first and then do the bands and save their settings. And so what needs to remain constant will be in all the scenes. But what if there were channels that had to be added last minute and these have to remain constant throughout the whole event? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go back to all the scenes and save these back again? Here's where scene safes come to save your day. So in this video, I'm gonna show you a very practical way to use scene safes, and I did that recently. I had to mix 2 shows. Most of the channels were very similar, but some of the effects and setup was different. So I could just import channels from one scene to the other without loading the scene. Because if you want to save a snippet from a scene to use it in a different scene, you have to load the scene first and then save your snippet and then load the other scene and import the snippet into it. But scene safes are a very efficient way to import different things from different scenes without having to load a different scene. Just grab something, load it into your current working scene. Let's load a scene. I'm gonna go to scenes here and load that one. That was a Christmas dinner we did at a coffee shop. I multi-track recorded that event and I mixed it later at home. And we did something similar to that also in church. So I have this scene right here. Christmas dinner, that was at church. We had piano, guitar, drums also, but this time drums is in mono, and also 3 vocals and a talkback. And these, the bass and electric guitar, these are based on the setup we have at church. We weren't playing these instruments because I already mixed that first one and I liked how it turned out with the effects and processing on the mix. I wanted to keep everything the same except for the channels. They were in a different order the second time. So I just wanted to get these channels from the other scene. I went here to the mixer safes. And by the way, in the introduction of the video, I said scene safes. These are the scene safes right here on the scenes page. And they are global. So if I hit buses right here, it saves all the buses from being changed. I can't choose specific ones. I will go to mixer safes right here. And here I can choose what I want to protect from being overwritten by a new scene. When I check something, it means that that thing is protected. When I load a new scene, that thing will stay the same. It will not be changed. So for my case, I just want to grab a few things from the other scene. I will hit all on everything. So I'm protecting all the parameters of the scene, everything. So right now, if I load a new scene, here we go. I'm gonna load a completely different scene. Nothing changed. Why? Because everything is safe. So I'm gonna go back here and come back to my scene and go back to mixer safes. And remember, I said I wanted to change these channels and keep everything else. So I'm gonna go to the channel, turn off channel 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do all 16. I'm just gonna turn off 1 to 16. And now if I load the other scene, load, okay, nothing changed. Why? Because I still have the things on the channel itself and I have everything here selected as safe. So that's why even though I unprotected these channels, and I loaded the other scene, I still didn't get anything because these were protected. Head amp configuration, so basically the gain of the channel, scribble strip, the name of the channel, EQ, gate, insert, group, span, fader, mute, everything is still protected. That's why I didn't change anything. Uncheck all of those. Nothing is safe now from here. And I go ahead and load that other scene. I changed channels 1 to 16, but everything else remains the same. All the buses remain the same. The main left right remains the same. I remember also once someone asked me this, but I didn't think about this idea. If you just want to change the names quickly, you can have a scene just with the names, turn off all the channels so they are not safe. And right here, just turn off the scribble strip. And if I go to the scenes and I load a different scene, here you go. I just changed the names. Okay, no processing was changed, no fader positions were changed, just the names. I'm gonna show you again, just the names. Here we go again. just the names and the colors, of course, and the icons. But no processing, nothing in the scene was changed other than the labels. Make everything safe again. And let's say I just want to load some effects from a different scene. Unprotect effect number 4. And I'll go to the scene and load something else. Here we go. It changed the effect on that slot. And you can explore the rest of the combinations, buses, matrices. These under the mixer right here, the configuration is in the setup, mixer. These things are the configuration of the mixer. So you can protect that from being changed with the scene if you're loading another scene. The monitor is right here. That's the monitor tab. So whatever settings you have here, I always like to have channel solo AFL, mixed bus solo AFL, and DCA solo AFL. So whenever I press solo, I'm listening to everything post fader. Also, if you have a delay on your monitor, if you're dimming it, whatever it is that you may be doing, you can protect that from being changed with the scene. Out patch, user in, user out. These are all routing. Surface state, that only concerns the actual console, the physical control surface, faders, knobs, screen. I'm not using that. I'm just using the M32C, so I don't care about that right now. The only limitation with getting parameters from another scene using this method is that they have to be exactly in the same spot. So let's say I want to get channel number 8 from one scene and put it on channel number 4 on my current scene. I can't do that. It has to be the same channel. So if I get channel 8 from this scene, for example, let me get channel 8 and load another scene. See, I don't have anything on channel 8 on that other scene. That's the only limitation. I cannot choose what I want to import. Snippets are kind of useless in that specific scenario, okay? They are not useless. And just in that use case, they don't do anything better than using mixer safes. Now, as you can see, it's pretty time consuming to click on all of them. And on the physical console, it would be even more time consuming. So I always advise you to use the app. Use the M32 edit for selecting all of them. Just like that, all. There's no one button for everything at once. That's fine. But use Mixing Station to unselect all of them. So if you go to Mixing Station on the folder icon on the top, click on it and you'll find the safes right here. Click on Safes and you can go to the arrow on the top right corner, click on it and boom. Unselected everything. Go to parameters, click on the arrow, boom, unselected everything. Okay, so right now if I go to the M32 edit app, I can see everything has been unselected except for the effects. And I just realized that there is no effects safe in Mixing Station. See? I'm learning every day. And what I showed you is for the purpose of loading a few channels from one scene to the other. If you want to just keep a few channels like that event I told you about, so let's say channel 15 and 16 are the presenter's microphones. So I'll just click on here and then choose the parameters. I want, let's say, all the parameters. So I select all the parameters. And you can also select multiple channels very quickly in Mixing Station. You can click and hold and swipe. So like this. Swipe around, I'm selecting them. And click and hold and swipe again, I'm unselecting them. So I really encourage you to get into that. Just experiment, try what you can do and what you cannot do. Don't do it for the first time during the show. Practice, always practice at home, before the show, after the show, whatever time you have. Don't try something new during the show. I always say that. Anyway, if you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button and I'll see you in the next one.